the key and most important commandment to love one another. Almost every religion includes this very important teaching. Before nationalities, borders, language, colors, first and foremost, we are all children of God, called to love one another. Jesus showed that love by reaching in love across lines of gender, lines of nationality, lines of class, to bring hope, healing, and wholeness. He reached out to bring hope to women, foreigners, the sick, the poor, the rich, even governments. And he called us to reach out and love one another as well. No matter what our religious beliefs are, we all know that respecting each other's basic human dignity is the right thing to do. We are a nation of immigrants. Our ancestors came here not to cause harm, but to pursue their dreams, to pursue a better life. My own grandparents came 100 years ago from Europe, and like most, if not all of us, have our stories of our families coming from foreign lands, but coming to America for that dream. This is the same dream that people seek today. However, the stories we have heard today and the million stories like them across our nation that we will never hear makes it clear that our immigration system is broken. Families and individuals are living in the fear that a mother's trip to the grocery store, a father's journey to work, a young woman's trip to school could tear their families apart. The broken immigration system is weighing our families down, breaking them apart and keeping them separate for years upon years and indefinitely. Children who are American citizens are growing up without their parents because our laws do not allow a way for them to stay together. Families who immigrate legally must wait years and pay thousands of dollars in legal fees and applications to be reunited again. And for many, there simply is no line to get into because they don't meet the right specifications to come here legally. We need immigration laws that support families and respect the human dignity as well. That is why we, the Michigan Organizing Project, and our allies across the nation are part of the Fair Immigration Reform movement, and we are calling upon Congress, our Congressman Fred Upton, and our President to come together and to do the right thing. Pass a just, humane, common sense, comprehensive immigration reform this year, according to the following principles. 1, keeping families together through a path of citizenship. The current immigration system separates hundreds of thousands of families through policies that have not been updated in over 20 years. We must end this morally indefensible crisis by creating a path of citizenship for all hardworking immigrants. 2, family preference. We strongly support a family preference immigration system and enough visas to reunite families separated by bureaucracy and discriminatory quotas. 3, return to families. Family members who have been deported must have the opportunity to return to be with their family. 4, worker programs that serve families. We must develop a migrant worker program that serves the interests of migrant workers, native-born workers, and their families, not just employers and employers that have abused the broken system for years. They should be penalized. 5, humane treatment. We must have humane treatment and due process in the violent and abusive border and detention systems that have grown exponentially and wastefully in the last decade. 6, racial justice. We demand an end to the secure communities and other immigration enforcement programs that lead to racial profiling and harm the fabric of local communities. 7, immigrant integration. Firm strongly supports the establishment of a National Office of Integration to develop and support integration policies that help immigrants achieve their full potential as active contributors to America's social, economic, and civic fabric. It is the right thing to do. We pray for wisdom for all those in power to move this quickly, and we continue to work for this long overdue reform. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Father Bob. I lost track here. Who's next? All right. We're gonna ask Molly to come forward and read us or take her part on speaking. Molly, where are you?
I have a letter from our sheriff of Kalamazoo County, Richard Fuller. He's a neighbor of mine, but we've got to know each other even better with working together with MOP. He's our friend. Here is a portion of his letter. My name is Richard Fuller. I am the sheriff of Kalamazoo County. It is my job to keep our county safe. I've been in the public safety field for the past 28 years. Over that time, I have seen ways to help make things better for everyone. One of the things we can fix to make all our lives better and safer is to work on immigration reform. Under the current system, many of the same people paying taxes to support public safety, living in and contributing to our communities, are afraid to call an officer when a crime has been committed or they feel unsafe. They often fear that if they do contact public safety, their family could be put in danger and torn apart by deportation. The situation is ripe for those who know that this fear exists and who then prey on those who they know will not speak up. That situation is unacceptable for any human being, and it's unacceptable for our community. The sheriff's office is one of an elected official. It is my job as sheriff to help make us all safer. One of the ways we can do that is to address immigration reform in a caring manner that will help everyone.
Now I would like to introduce to you State Representative Sean McCann from the 60th District.
Thank you very much. My name is Sean McCann. I'm the state representative from the 60th District, which is the city of Kalamazoo and Kalamazoo Township. I also come to you having been a 10-year member of the Kalamazoo City Commission, and I see my friend Don Cooney, who I served with for a very long time, so you know what an ally is. I was the director of the Vine Neighborhood Association, and I'm a graduate of Western Michigan University, and I'm also a proud Irish-American immigrant who came here with his family. My family came here a long time ago, but I'm proud to be an immigrant like all of us. You might ask yourself, what's a Michigan state representative doing here? Isn't this a federal issue? The reality is that our ongoing problems with existing immigration policy present issues at every level. We encounter issues at the state level, at the county level, at the city level, and at the neighborhood level. Most importantly, this is an issue at the family level. Thus, it's my perspective as a community leader that it is time. It's time for comprehensive immigration reform. It will be good for our state, and it is overdue for our nation. Michigan, not only is our nation a nation of immigrants, but our own Great Lakes state of Michigan benefits greatly from the contributions of new Americans as well. But our state, as we all know, needs a stronger economy. We need talent. We need good jobs. Thus, immigrants are essential to Michigan's economic recovery. In a state that has been one of the hardest hit economically and that has been losing population, we need the energy and entrepreneurial spirit that our immigrant community members bring more than ever. To add population, while Michigan has struggled over the last several years with population loss, our population of immigrants and their children are growing and adding activity to our economic energy in our state. As entrepreneurs, Latino and Asian entrepreneurs and consumers add billions of dollars and tens of thousands of jobs to Michigan's economy. At the last available count, 21,589 businesses in Michigan were Asian-owned and employed 66,293 people. And our state's 10,770 Latino-owned businesses employed 18,508 people. Locally, very good, thank you. Locally, 590 businesses in our Kalamazoo County are owned and run by Asian and Hispanic residents. And as consumers, huge as consumers, in 2010, the purchasing power of Michigan's Latinos was $9.3 billion, an increase of over 300% since 1990. Asian buying power was $9 billion, an increase of 385% since 1990. And we need immigrants in Michigan as investors in our American dream. They are ready to contribute, and they already are. These are community members who, with the knowledge that their families will not be torn apart and that they will be able to see the rewards of their investments in the community, will invest even more, buying homes, creating more businesses, and creating better neighborhoods. In closing, if I can get my pages to cooperate, our nation and our state are built on the contributions, the hard work, and the ingenuity of many generations of immigrants. It's our history, and our diversity and ability to attract those who are willing to work hard and contribute is part of what makes our nation and state great. I also think it's important to remember that there are many voices in our community speaking one message. Reform is needed, and the time is now. To do nothing cannot be an option. To do nothing will bring harm to people, families, neighborhoods, our state and nation. Instead, let's do what makes sense. Bring families and community members who are contributing to our state, our country, our county, and our city out of the shadows. Help them become fully able to contribute. Get them on a pathway to citizenship behind those who are already in line, and move forward together to create the best Kalamazoo, the best Kalamazoo County, and the best Michigan that we can. Thank you.
Now, I would like to present to you Steve Silstra. Steve Silstra is co-founder of the Michigan Foreclosure Growers Council.
Hola.
Hola.
My name is Steve Zylstra. I'm one of the greenhouse growers here in Kalamazoo. The Michigan Growers Council is an organization of flower growers and greenhouse owners in the state of Michigan. I was one of the original co-founders about 10 years ago. We realized in our industry that we needed a specific organization for greenhouse growers that was dealing with public policy issue. The immigration issue is one that was obviously on the top of our radar. Through the course of time, the 10 years I've been involved with it, the immigration issue obviously has not been fixed. So that's the reason that I'm here today to help support what we're doing here for this situation. The greenhouse industry in the state of Michigan is the fourth largest agricultural segment in the state. It is a very large commercial industry, and we're very heavily dependent on the Hispanic and the immigration labor force. Nationwide, the greenhouse industry in the state of Michigan has the largest acreage of covered greenhouse structures in the nation, even. So it's in Representative Upton's district here, with the diversity of agriculture, I see Sturgis and I see Pullman, Pawpaw, every area here is represented, and Kalamazoo. And so there's just such a long and rich history of the grapes and the fruit, apples, blueberries. I grew up in a blueberry farm in Indiana. So I mean, going back to some of our roots in history, and as a business owner and employer, one of my frustrations is seeing the challenges that families that work for me go through. And as a business owner, the uncertainties and the aggravations of they can't get to work that day, they're having trouble with this, they come with questions. I've been involved with the Hispanic American Council off and on for quite a bit of time to answer questions and help field situations for people that over the years have turned to be part of our friends and family. We belong to a congregation up in Millwood. We're currently an old Dutch white church, and we're sharing our church building with the Hispanic congregation, the Upper Row Church. So it's part of my faith and part of my culture too, being involved with the community. Our greenhouse policy in all of agriculture, I can speak for, is to fix what is a broken system and documentation processes. So I'm excited to be here today to hope that we can all band together and solve this problem once and for all. Thank you.